BookTube doesn't talk about mental health enough, and I think that's part of the problem. So this is me being honest about why this channel has changed. I don't really know what to call this one. It's not a rebrand, there's no big announcement, and I'm not sitting here saying everything is changing. I guess it's a conversation. And I'm very aware that this type of video doesn't do well. No controversy, no outrage, no thumbnail face that looks like I've just discovered the apocalypse hiding behind a display in Barnes & Noble. But I think this matters more than whether it gets pushed. If you listen to the members' podcast, you already know some of this, so this is the public version, the condensed one. As you all know, last year I lost my mum, and I'm not going to retell that story. Grief isn't improved by repetition. What I haven't said clearly enough is this: I haven't been okay, and not in that lovely, poetic, tortured artist Vincent van Gogh kind of way. I had a breakdown. A proper one. The kind where your body decides it doesn't trust the world anymore. And sudden diagnoses of PTSD mixed with depression is such a wonderful pairing. Really recommend it if you're looking to absolutely ruin your sleep schedule and sense of purpose and reality. Now here's the thing. In online book spaces, and I say this as someone who's been here for a decade, there's this unspoken pressure to be present. Gentle takes, grateful energy, hauling arcs wrapped in a box with a bow, soft lighting, cozy. Toxic positivity rarely screams, it smiles. Just say busy, just focus on the good, just read something uplifting, just get more sleep. As if trauma is a productivity issue. And for a while I tried to carry on. Film the videos, hit the beats, keep the tone. Be the version of me that people were used to, and that started... If you go back to the start of 25, you'll see what I mean. Stuff was changing then. But something shifted. When something shifts like that, you either pretend it hasn't, or you accept that you can't go back to how you were operating. That's where change comes in. The tone, the way I speak, how I present my channel, the fact that I am less interested in playing nice for the sake of it, and less interested in being brand approved. There comes a point where you look at the same stuff you've been doing for years, and it just doesn't feel comfortable anymore. It feels like a stage set you forgot to leave. The bald Book Geek served his purpose, he really did. He gave me distance, he gave me a layer, he gave me something slightly exaggerated to hide behind. He was useful, but he was armour. And I don't need that armour in the same way anymore. Doesn't mean that I'm softer, if anything it just means I'm clearer. I don't want to make soft content, safe content. I don't want to be the algorithmically friendly bald book guy on the internet. I make content that I feel nothing for, and I'm really proud of the stuff that I've created in 25 into 26. I want to keep that energy and make the stuff I'm proud of. I want to talk about literature and psychology and art properly, not just bullet point for engagement. And yes, this might mean ripping something apart when I feel like it, because that's part of loving books too. You can genuinely hate something. Now, I'm also not naive. There are people online who genuinely enjoy watching me struggle. That's fine. If you've been on the internet long enough, you acquire spectators. Some are supportive, some are indifferent, and some treat your bad days like entertainment. This video will make some of them uncomfortable. It will make some people say this is too much, or keep it about books, but books are about this. They're about grief, about trauma, about identity collapsing and rebuilding, about nervous systems misfiring, about the human mind trying to survive itself. If I can't bring my lived experience into the way I talk about literature or anything, then what exactly am I doing? Over December 2025, I uploaded a backlog of content. Tons of stuff. On paper, it looked... Well, I said I wanted to upload it, get it all out the way, start fresh next year. It looked like discipline. In reality, it was self-preservation. When your mental health drops hard, sometimes you overcompensate. You schedule your batch film. You create a safety net for the past you so future you can disappear when he needs to. There were darker reasons behind that push. Things I'm not going to say here, partly because I quite like this video to remain monetized, and partly because not everything needs to be public, but it wasn't laziness. It wasn't strategy, it was survival. And I didn't want silence to be filled with speculation. I'm not quitting, and I'm not spiraling off into something unrecognisable, but I am changing. Aesthetic shifts aren't random. They're not midlife crises decor decisions. When you experience trauma, repetition can start to feel like entrapment. Looking at the same setup, saying the same phrases, playing the same character. It stopped feeling grounding and started feeling claustrophobic, so I moved things, I changed things. Not because I'm chasing novelty, but because I needed to feel like I wasn't trapped in a version of myself that no longer fit. I still love books. I still love pulling them apart. I still love being critical. If anything, I'm less interested in pretending now. I don't want to perform enthusiasm on days where I don't feel it. I don't want to package grief into something digestible, brandable, podcast deal. I also don't want to build a channel that only functions when I'm mentally perfect, because that's not real, and that's not sustainable. This isn't an apology, and it's not a warning, it's just clarity. I'm here and I'm staying. I'm going to make the kind of work that feels honest, even if it's slower, even if it's quieter, even if it confuses people who preferred the older version. That version of me isn't dead in a tragic sense. He did his job. The bald Book Geek did it. But now I'm doing it. If that resonates, stay. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But I'd rather build something real than maintain something hollow that just performs better. And if you've been quietly struggling, if you've been told just to think positively, just push through, just read something cheerful, you're not broken because it didn't work. Sometimes things don't need reframing, sometimes they need rebuilding. And that's what I'm doing. Quietly, properly, one video at a time.